the mindset for me was the biggest thing to figure out, to not get too invested into what others think about your work. Just knowing your value, your worth, just enjoying the process and enjoying what you do will take you to opportunities you never even thought were possible.
We're rolling. We're live now.
I love it. I love it.
The podcast, I call it Cuttin Thru.
Okay.
Just because there's a lot of noise, whether you're a business and you're trying to cut through the noise and like get customers, or if you're just trying to learn more about marketing in business, there's a lot of noise and a lot of bad advice on the internet. So kind of the inception of this is to help people cut through the noise and make sense of marketing a little bit.
Love it.
And you have a lot of experience kind of working for a company that does a lot of social media. You have your own side hustle and venture, like kind of rooted in social media. So I thought you'd have a lot of good context and advice to give folks who are, a few steps behind you. But I'd love to kind of get started with, how you got to Charlotte and how you kind of got into the social media / marketing world.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing.
I feel like with our generation, we just kind of like grown into like everything from like Game Boy to like flip phones. Then it was iPhone and everything. I feel like it just kind of naturally progressed. And I think it's like that with social media for us too. So I grew up on Long Island, New York. And I moved down here in 2018. Just needed a change. I was heavy into video, and I got my hands on a camera and I really became passionate about that. Big drummer, and like just creativity was what I was surrounded by up there. And it got to a point where mentally I was gonna go crazy, and I needed a change. I spent my whole life there. I went to school there. So I never got outside and experienced life outside of where I grew up. So moving down here was the greatest thing I could have done. And it allowed me to network and meet people, and photography took off, and that's where that passion really started for me. And it just allowed me to meet really great people here and get opportunities. And it was great. I owe a lot to a lot of folks here for sure.
Yeah. What I've noticed about Charlotte is it's like this, it's a big city, but it's also a small town. And I feel like because, like the saying in town, it's almost like if you meet someone from here, they're like a unicorn. Like, oh, wow, someone from Charlotte. Like, what's your story, man?
Yeah.
Like so many people have that like shared story of, hey, I was up in the Northeast. It was getting cold. I was getting tired of being at home. And so I kind of came here.
Yeah.
And so you kind of have that shared story where you can align of like, well, hey, how'd you get here?
Yep.
And I've definitely noticed like coming from the Northeast, like where at least in like the Boston area, there's like a little bit of like kind of defense. Like, well, my family been here for 200 years. You only been here for 150. Get out of here. This is my town sort of thing. And like, there's like not a lot of that in Charlotte. It's kind of like this, hey, I ended up here. You ended up here.
Very welcoming.
How'd you, right.
Yeah.
And with that, in a way, granted, I'm kind of like, I've been thrown into some of this like marketing, social media in Charlotte world because my wife is really into it. But once I got in, it was really clear, like everyone is looking to kind of help out and sort of like looking to connect and find good stories of people and find good people and share that.
Yep.
Versus coming from the Northeast where it's kind of like, this is my space. I'm not going to take from you, but don't you come over here and try to take from me either, sort of thing. Like, kind of like together, but separate. And I feel like Charlotte, it's a little bit different.
Big time. And I always tell people that, like, it's if you want to meet somebody, you find a way to connect with them, whether it's Instagram, you find email, and just reach out. And honestly, everybody's willing to like meet with you for a cup of coffee or something. Yeah. And that's like been one of the coolest things, because whether something comes out of it or not, like just putting your name out there, meeting somebody, it's such a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's very refreshing to like not be afraid to reach out to people. And again, like if I did that up there, I don't probably now like having more confidence, but like I wouldn't even think to try.
Yeah.
Like, do you get a lot of people, well, when I say I'm from New York, they're like, you don't really have an accent. Do you get that a lot coming from Boston?
Okay,
because you don't really have that much of an accent.
It will come out in certain things. Like if I'm drinking a little bit, it'll come out a little bit. If I'm surrounded by other people from New England, kind of like it just comes out in the crowd. Yeah. And my wife, same thing. When she's from Miami and is Cuban, so like when she's talking to me, she kind of has her American accent on, and then her friend from Miami calls, and all of a sudden like she kind of just goes into it.
I like that.
And I have a little bit of that.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. It's same for me. It comes out with like the coffee.
Yeah.
Like some like specific words it comes out.
Yep.
That's funny. I'm curious.
I didn't realize how much I said wicked until I came down here. And then I just realized that wicked for like Wicked's New England. Smart. Right. Oh yeah. Oh, that guy's wicked cool. That guy's a wicked fuck that guy. You know, like, oh, that guy's wicked annoying. I realized that like, in my mind, there was like this, like, oh, people from California say hella.
Yeah.
And like, but no one where I was from ever said hella. And if you did, it was like, we say wicked here.
I cut on a y'all down here.
I've only said y'all a few times.
Yeah.
I have let it slip. But I was very adamant of like, I just don't think I can say y'all. Yeah. And now I've said it a few times.
Yeah. And it just makes sense. Like, I don't know, when you're trying to explain, like, y'all want to come over? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and I found it's happened. I do it where I'm almost like trying to assimilate to the people I'm talking to rather than like, I'm just going to say it because that's what I want to say. I've noticed where like, because I'll say you guys, and that's not the most formal way to like maybe approach like two older women who I'm maybe trying to get their attention. Like, hey, you guys, like
y'all.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna like, hey, y'all, and oh no, because I didn't know what else to say.
I love it.
Yeah,
so funny.
But okay, so you moved down to Charlotte, and did you move down here for a specific job, or did you just come down here and see what you could find?
I was with Apple at the time. I worked in retail, and I was fortunate enough to get an opportunity. Actually, my sister connected with somebody that worked there, and he married Nicole and I, became a really great friend. And just so happened that there was an opening, and I was still trying to make that happen, and it kind of stars aligned. I transferred down here, thankful because, I mean, just being able to connect with people first when I moved here was great. Met a lot of wonderful people at the store I transferred to, and that's how I got down here. And it was about 6 or 7 years of retail, and I was really at that point of I need to figure something out. And, when COVID hit, like awful time, but really understanding like the beauty of having your nights and your weekends and being able to spend the time with your significant other and having opportunities to plan things easier. It was huge, dude. And I was like, I need to get out.
Yeah.
So
at that point, did you kind of like cut the cord? I got to leave here, and next I'll figure out something to do. Or did you kind of start stewing on, well, what can I do? And when I get that to a point, I'm out of here.
I definitely, in my mind, I would love to be able to have the courage to just drop it and be like, okay, I'm going to figure it out without anything. But I did a lot of freelance work for TED and the Charlotte Agenda team.
Yep.
And when they merged with Axios, there was an opening to help with their job and event board down here. And that's how that kind of led. Ted and Lizzie owe them so much because they gave me an opportunity to figure out that side of a job. And that's how it led me to Axios.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you already had kind of like the skill of the photography / interest. And then you get introduced to like the business side of like media and entertainment of what they're doing. Like, were there things that you were like super surprised by? Were there things that were like, oh, of course that works that way, but I never thought about it? Like,
honestly, I never thought about it. So it was just, all of it was really interesting to me. And I wasn't really like heavily involved with it, but I was working with the team on those calls, working with, what our partners are looking for, what they need help with. And it was interesting to see like what they were really looking for out of the level of what the audience is with Axios. And it was just kind of interesting to see like we had, and still do, so many different people that work with us and so many different companies and different needs. So I just find it so interesting to like understand why they want to work with us and the messaging they want to put out. And it's with intentionality that they really want to like hone in on something that's going to make it work for them, and that they're putting money into us so that we can help them with whatever they need help with. So that was cool to see.
Yeah,
for sure.
And when you get into that environment and you see those like brands, companies coming to Axios, what's the ratio of the conversations being kind of like, hey, we've developed everything. Here's where you fit in the plan. We kind of don't really need input. How much is this going to cost to do exactly this? Versus, hey, we don't know what is available. We don't really know what could we do. Can you guys help us build a campaign or an effort?
Again, not too much too involved in that, but from what I've seen on calls and like the team that's here is super talented and they know what works. And I've always seen the client trust us to figure out a cool way to put out whatever they need.
Got it.
So it's honestly them trusting us that we'll figure it out and we'll put the content together. You give us the stuff we need, the photos, the wording, and then we'll kind of create something that will entice the audience to actually learn more about it. I could be wrong, but I've seen more of the trust from them on us to do that for them, which is cool.
Yeah,
because it shows the level of talent that's in Axios. And even outside of Axios, all these influencers and like the marketing companies do a great job with, I think, listening to the client, the team that wants to work with them, and truly like giving them options to how that they can help. I think that's special.
I think that's key, because I can imagine some tight-knit company, like say, like let's imagine like a Deloitte, something like that, that's like thinking about promoting Axios, like where maybe they're kind of so rigid with how they want to come across and what they want to say that maybe Axios just needs to be like, if that's what you want to do, it's not going to fit. Versus like, hey, we want to get this message across. You know your audience better than us. That's why we want to partner with you. Here's the main points. Figure out a way to make this work. That's more of a service, more of a value add of Axios to give to that client.
Yeah,
so I guess that makes sense that they want to say, I don't know what to do. That's why I'm coming to you. Right. Versus like, here's the playbook, run this, and don't ask any questions.
Yeah, and I think it just kind of just shows the importance of Axios here and what Ted and Katie built and Charlotte Agenda and where that's led to now, and the team that's here now, and the all the editorial team, like they do such a great job with social, the stories they put out, the thought and care behind all of it. It's a very big deal to folks that are here already and are looking to move here, because I mean it's just one of the biggest resources. Out there.
Yeah. When I first moved here in 2020, my buddy Tony, who you know, he was like, you got to follow Charlotte Agenda. Like day one, hey, first thing, find what's going on in the city, Charlotte Agenda.
Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting because like knowing kind of what I know about Axios, like I don't think like me and Tony are like the key demographic that they're maybe going after, but it's still like the primary source for a mid-30s guy to be like, oh, what's going on this weekend? I don't know. Follow this account. And it was that message is the same, and it's carried for 5 years now where, oh, you're new to town, got to follow this account.
Yeah.
Or at least get in the loop with this account, and they have all the best stuff for all the new stuff.
Yeah. I remember my first apartment as like a welcoming basket. Like when I moved in, they had when Charlotte Agenda used to do the city notes book every year.
I had it too.
Yeah.
I got 2 of them.
Yeah. And that was like So I got that, and then I was in my head, I was like, I need to be in here with my photos, and then that's kind of that was the start of how I got connected with Ted and everybody, because they use a few photos in one of their books that I took. So that was really cool moment.
Yeah. Now, when you're in that stage of your side hustle photography, at that point, is it purely like, hey, I'm just good at this and I would like some recognition to get in this book? Or are you like, business wise, this would be a good move for me?
Oh man, honestly, I don't think about any of that. I'm grateful for a lot of the work I do is free. So I do it. I'm thankful for the opportunities that Axios has given me to photograph things I probably wouldn't be able to photograph. I want to do it because I want to learn, because I know I can get better. I know I need to get better. And two, like seeing things in those books, I look at pride, and I look at the people around me. Like, I want to make the people around me proud. And that is something that brings me a lot of joy. And like, that's the reason I want to fight for opportunities like that. And it's not really getting the name out there. It's me being proud of what I did and making the other people around me who I love proud. And it's just those little moments. And again, it's led to freelance work, which again, I'm grateful for. Would love to do that full time.
Yeah.
And again, it's connected me with a lot of other people in this city that I've made great connections with and still work with. And I think it's just those small things that really matter to me. Like, I don't care if a photo I take for them gets used somewhere big or whatever. I just want to help, and I want to just earn their trust, and I want to just do the best job I can to make them proud, because they're trusting me to capture whatever their vision is. So, that's how I view that.
Yeah. I think that's interesting, because I think that's a great example of like being able to love the process, or just like love what you're doing, not anything that comes after it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe some folks I know, like back when I was making music, a part of why I liked it was getting positive feedback.
Yeah.
But if you chase that instead of like, I just love to make this,
Yep.
like, or to be creative in like in whatever way,
Yep.
this is fleeting. Like, the reaction to what you make is subjective, and it's hard. Like, you're on a hamster wheel, always chasing that, versus like, I just enjoy doing this. So
100%.
I'll always go to the event. I'm always looking for ways to learn, because I just like this.
Yeah, dude.
Have there been times where, hey, I'm still here, this is great, I'm learning, but man, this kind of feels like work right now?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It's not because I don't want to be there. It's just like, sometimes you have to do things that, you're hired to do that isn't your first thing you want to shoot or photograph,
Right.
But again, stepping back and understanding that you have the opportunity, you were given an opportunity to help somebody out, then that shifts my mindset of like, okay, how can I make this really interesting, and how can I enjoy this and make them proud of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, but I'm with you. I still even with music, like you write a song, you record a drum video or whatever. Like, I get so excited. I take a photo and I look at it in the moment. I'm like, I cannot wait to look at this.
Million likes.
Yeah. No, not even that. It's just like,
this looks awesome.
This is something I've never been able to take, like, or shoot, and like, you go to my site, it's just all over the place. Cause I say yes. I try to get free work because I want to learn so many different events and things to capture. And I don't want to be put in a bucket of like, oh, you only do this. I want to learn and get better at so many different types of photography. And like, when you take that like one photo and you look at it, you're like, that dopamine hit that you get is like, that's the enjoyment, and like knowing that you're going to be able to share it for your loved one or a friend or whatever, like that's awesome, you know. And it's not, it never gets to like, oh, this is gonna blow up and that's it. Like it's like, no, I was never able to do this before, and now I just did it.
Yeah,
and like that's just super cool.
Yeah,
and I think that's just all over creativity, whatever you're passionate about.
Yeah, I think that's 100% right, and I think it's really good that you genuinely feel that way, because I think sometimes you should feel that way, and you know it is about the experience, and I'm trying to set myself up later, but it is hard to, if on some level, if like, at least because when I was like making music again, like on some level it was a business,
right?
Like I wasn't just there to kind of have fun, but I think now in hindsight that was a mistake, because if I was just there to have fun, the music I was making would have been different, the way I marketed it would have been different, I wouldn't have been so tied up or been looking to define a success and a failure based on, oh, this one only got this many views, or this one only got this many likes.
Right.
You're making a good point of like, look, the reason I'm doing it is like, selfishly, I'm trying to learn and like get better. So eventually one day, I want to freelance, but I can't sell a skill I don't have. And then, but like the recognition you're looking for, if you're looking for any, is like in the client of like, hey, didn't I make you proud? Look at this this picture. I know this 3-year-old's birthday party wasn't the most exciting thing, but what's exciting is you love this picture, and now it's going to be on your refrigerator for 10 years or whatever.
And then you email me back months later, years later, wanting to work again.
Exactly. Yes.
That's the win.
Or you get an email, hey, I'm friends with so-and-so, and you did an awesome job at his thing, and hey, I got a thing coming up. Are you free?
Yep.
Now you're talking, well, yeah, I'm free, but it's going to be X. You know, here are my packages. Let me, you don't need to rip them off, but they're coming to you.
Yep.
Hey, here's what I do. Let me know what you.
Yeah, this is that whole circle of trust. It's like you build that foundation, and then you push yourself to make it as enjoyable as possible for that person, that family, whatever, where it'll come around when you're not even expecting it to come around. And that's the win.
Yeah, that's the win. Like a nice surprise. And then some of those are like layups. Hey, I've already seen your work. This guy, my best friend, says you're great. I'm looking for somebody to do this.
Yep.
Are you in?
Yeah.
Like, I might as well. It just landed right in my lap.
Yeah, there's a few times where I email somebody. Even I'll go back to the band Green or Blue. I met them at a show, Matt and Ben, and after they performed, I was like, they're so incredibly talented. And I was like, if you ever need a drummer, let me know. And it was like a year later, I get a random text message. Hey, we have a gig in the city. Are you free? And that's what led to that. And forever grateful for those moments.
Yep.
And that's happened a few times down here with the photos, like the photography. And it's definitely just humbling moments and moments to be grateful and thankful for.
Yeah.
Just connections and the trust you've earned for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea maybe how many free gigs you did for folks until a referral came back around?
Yeah, about 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bit less than I would have thought.
Yeah. And again, I still offer it.
Yeah.
If there's something I really want to photograph, I will do it for free.
Yeah.
And I do it with Axios too. Like that Obama shoot, that's easily my proudest work.
Yeah.
And I didn't need a dime from that.
No, yeah, you probably would have paid to go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
No kidding. But again, like that, I left it. I started to cry because it was like that moment where like I was looking at these photos walking to my truck to go home, and I was like, I can play with these photographers. Like if I was thrown into a situation like this, and it was intense. Like you're put into this room, like this area of so many other gifted, talented photographers, and you're like, all right, there's going to be something that's happening here, and then you're going to go into this room. I saw you guys there.
Yeah.
And it just organized chaos, and you're like, I don't have no idea what's happening. But like knowing that you can control your emotions, understand what work needs to be done, you're there for a reason to capture and storytell. And I left there and I was like, I can do this. Like if there's an opportunity that comes knocking at some point, I know that I can I can do this.
Yeah.
And those are, dude, I don't need a dime for those moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's a good example of like getting like what you got out of that from a business, like just dollars and cents, grow my business perspective. Like, okay, yeah, I didn't get paid for that gig, but now I know I have confidence. And not only can I use this as like a case study,
right,
of like, here I am, I got access here, look at these great photos, these are my photos. But yeah, like deeper layers to that. There was a lot going on. There was a lot of pressure. There was Secret Service and people. He came out to the middle of a room he wasn't scheduled to speak in, and people were like, what the hell? And you figured it out. So
Wild.
like, not only is that now something that when needed, you could position for a future client. Hey, look at my work. Came out pretty well, all the circumstances. But now look what I did.
Yeah.
Like when it all kind of sunk in,
right,
like now you have that confidence, not just like the difference of like confidence and arrogance is I've practiced this, I've done it before, so I feel very confident I can do it again. Versus just like I'm a good photographer, I can handle that.
Yeah.
You know,
big time. I mean, people might freak out. They're like, "Oh, you gotta get paid for your work." But I mean, sometimes everybody's mindset's different. But I think it's just how you look at what you want to achieve in life, and the way you want to go about it. Yeah. And also, I have those photos now to show my son and daughter when they're older. Right. Like he was a president back in my day.
Back when we still had presidents.
Yeah. You're not wrong. And you know, like that's something that's going to be like so cool to show them. Like, and it's just, you know, little things like that too. Yeah. That just make a difference.
Well, my dad to this day still, he didn't even take the photo, but he has a photo of me as a baby. Like my mom is holding me up to like candidate Bill Clinton and he like rubbed my head or something and somebody got a picture of it. And to this day, he brings it out at like family parties.
Amazing.
So like, yeah. And he didn't even take it. He just has it of like, oh, look, a president touched my baby. Like,
so again, it's story, man.
Yeah.
It's the story he'll have forever that I'm sure he just gets a thrill out of.
Oh yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. He does get a thrill out of it.
That's awesome.
Are there any other like a big events that you hang your hat on, or like maybe not events, but like, hey, this mundane event was whatever, but this photo is like, are there a few you're like?
I think photographing NASCAR and FC have been really fun. And because I think that's like just, it's all built on story. I don't know. I see just so many opportunities to like story tell in a photograph for those events. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. I always look at those two and it's just like, those were really fun to shoot. And the energy is just so crazy for both those events. Yeah, those two for sure.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think NASCAR would be a cool event.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard to shoot.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that must be tough. Like, is that one of the things where you set your camera up and you're like just snapping and you hope that 1 out of 1,000 is good? Or is it like
pretty much. Yeah. Jamie Price is a really great motorsports photographer that's here. And I owe him a lot of credit. He was a great, still is. I mean, I haven't seen him in a while, but his work is just incredible. And, you know, he definitely taught me a few tricks to my photography, just in photography in general, that have made impacts on how I shoot. And he always has just great videos of how to shoot. He does a lot of F1 races and stuff like that, and ISMA and all that. And he just has good tips on how to photograph cars moving that fast and what to look for, kind of be different in your own way. Mm-hmm. And but it's just fun. I mean, it's a whole experience. There's just so many people that are at races like before the race starts. Yeah. It's just like, again, like controlled chaos in those moments. Yeah. Colorful. The cars are colorful. It's good people watching, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah.
So I went and saw the F1 movie.
Yeah, I was. I heard good. I heard it was great.
It was pretty good. It was like Top Gun in a car.
Man, Top Gun, easily top 5 movie for me too. Yeah, so I need to check that out. Top Gun in a car, love it.
It's pretty, and I think it's by like the same director, so it like really feels like it's literally Top Gun in a car, like old pro who's like his reputation has been like squandered a little bit. Has to come back and prove himself.
I love it.
And teach
Brad Pitt, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And teach the young bucks how the old guys do it.
Yeah.
Like, we don't
Brad
need your
Pitt's
new
the Tom
technology.
Cruise. Yeah, the Maverick in that situation.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Love it.
It was pretty good.
Cool.
Okay, so like I would love to talk a little bit about the event you had recently. Laura and I were not able to make it, unfortunately. We were
Wish you
in
guys were there.
France or Spain or wherever we were that day.
It's a great opportunity to miss it.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
definitely a better reason.
You know, we were really bummed because we like seems like we've been following your account like since day one, and you helped me out to do a portrait, and that was really cool. But can you tell folks about like what the event was? Was like, what's the right word for it? Was it an exhibit?
Honestly, don't. So the Good Humans event. It's a project that I do here, just highlighting folks in the city, talk about passion, struggles, just everything, life. And as the project kept growing, I just always in the back of my head, I was like, I would love to just have everybody in a room together and have an opportunity just to thank everybody for being part of it. And that was it. That was kind of what the event was. And it just turned into like a huge gathering of like people that just had a night out and were just there connecting with each other. And it was amazing. And seeing people connected with other people that you didn't know were connected, didn't know each other. It was incredible. And I think something that people want in life, and I feel like definitely something that's missing sometimes, is the human connection. And just like no one was on their phones. I had them take photos in front of the thing I made, but everybody was just in the moment, and it was just so beautiful. And it was just great to have the opportunity to thank them, and just to I got support by so many great people, from Steven at Pizza Baby catering some food, James at Not Just Coffee for lending the space, Brian Lee was a great friend to help out that night, and it was just great to like see an idea come together, and just see a room of really wonderful people that are making a huge impact in Charlotte just be together and connecting with each other. It was so great. And the stories that I've heard and have shared, everybody is so different. So it was just so cool to see everybody in a room together, and like, oh wow, like we talked about this, and you know, there were stories that were really sad, and conversations I've had with people that were really tough. And just to see everybody just living their life that night was really beautiful. Yeah.
And like, there must have been like a level of like being pleasantly surprised. Like,
yes, I think that was the word. Somebody asked me what's a word that you're feeling right now? I was like, I'm so shocked.
Holy shit.
Was not expecting this. And like in the beginning, like there were a few people trickling in. I was like, this is nice.
Yeah.
And then like I just took a second, like later in the night, I was like looking around the room, like, holy moly, man, this is really cool. And I'm so grateful that people took time out of their day and night to come out, and hopefully a yearly thing, a yearly tradition that it'll turn into. And it also gave me the spark to keep going with it. 'Cause I mean, I don't know how you feel about the work that you do, but like burnout is so, I get it so easily, and I hate myself that I get it so easily. And I was just getting to a point where I was like, I don't know if like what I'm doing is really making an impact to people. And that really just slapped me in the face and be like, you need to just stop talking, and like what you have here is really special, and you need to just let it ride out. And that's something that has been helpful for me with this project, is I don't feel any pressure with it. You know, I always put so much pressure on, like, I need to get these amount of stories done in each week. I need to have like all this content to be able to share. And it's just like naturally happening, and it's allowing me to just be at peace with it. Yeah. And I think it's just making it more enjoyable for me to do it. Yeah. Not having, and not me putting that pressure on myself to keep going with it. So, it was definitely a much needed night for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that it's good. And I think, when the goal is something like impact, it's hard to measure that. So
Right.
like I can see when like on a bad day, you're kind of like, is this even worth it?
Yeah.
Or is this doing what I want it to do? And kind of like, all right, I guess I just got to kind of like stick to it.
Right.
But then you see like the sum of not even everyone because like Laura and I wish we could have been there. So it's like, that wasn't even like 100% of the impact,
right.
It's like just a glimpse of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool that kind of gave you some like rejuvenation to kind of go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is impacting, like it's doing something. And like, that's gotta feel good.
Yeah. And it's nice. It's something I've been realizing over the last few months is that it's like okay to like share, like these stories are beautiful. And, I try to get these conversations more on just a human level, and like outside of the social media of what you see on a daily basis, like, and knowing that it's okay to feel shitty, sad, upset, and like be okay to share that, and I feel like there's so many people that are alone, that feel alone in that, and are going through something that they don't know that other people are going through. So it's, just getting on that level with it is really nice, and like impacting that way, and highlighting the person and how great they are and how great they are to the community and the city. And but just knowing that like sometimes like they're going through a hard thing in their life too. Mm-hmm. You might not see it on social media, but they are. Yeah. So like it's all right. Yeah. And it's going to be okay. And also, if you need to talk to somebody about it, here's somebody to talk to about it.
Yeah.
Nicole and I, we went through IVF, and it's a really hard process.
Yeah.
And I met somebody, Alan, who I interviewed for Good Humans, and him and his wife went through it. And it's like, it was so refreshing. I'm like, oh my God, no way. And we had like an hour conversation about it. And it was just like wonderful.
Yeah.
So it's just like remembering like those like it's okay to feel something and know that you're not alone in some situations. Like that's the impact that I would love to do more of with Good Humans. So yeah.
What you're doing, there must be so many great opportunities to like learn about other people. But like, what are some of the things, like these like surprising lessons that through doing this you've kind of learned about yourself?
That's a great question. I think going back to what we were just talking about, like it's like the pressure, and something that I take away from these and something that I've been learning is like it's okay to root for people and not view things as a competition. Mm-hmm. And I think that's so important to like root for people's success in life and what they're doing, and not being annoyed by it because you're not succeeding in a way. And I love seeing people just do awesome things and like succeeding in their work and succeeding in hearing their passions and hearing how passionate they are about it, and then actually seeing them like do the damn thing and getting like rewarded for their hard work. And like celebrating that like success is just so great, because I feel like people who don't do that it just puts you up for failure. Yeah. And I think it ruins your passion for what you're trying to do. Yeah. Because I think the level of success people have different takes on, especially with social media. So that's been something that I've just really wanted to always keep in the back of my mind, is like always root for everybody, you know, and like always be proud of like what they're doing, and when they succeed, like really shout it out. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I struggle with that sometimes, like not like in a jealousy way, but I think social media in particular, when I see this on social media, not like my buddy or you, but for something about on social media, I feel it. I feel like when I see somebody doing really well or doing what they tell me is really well or whatever, because it's social media. Some people are lying about it.
Right.
But my initial defense is like this like New England. So what, you think you're better than me? Like I feel it. And then I have to, it's my immediate reaction, and it might only be for a moment, but like I have to kind of, wait a minute. This person's success doesn't take anything away from mine. Like, why do I get riled up about, because, oh, look, well, I see it like someone like will buy a nice new house or something. And my first thought is, yeah, well, he probably got like, like I start going into like this like weird, I don't know why. I think it's part of social media where like X% of the time I wake up, if I feel fine, I don't really feel like I'm competing against my neighbor or you or anything, and I feel fine with my life. But then I see something about like, well, actually, I should be in Greece like this guy, or I should have a different car, or like this guy, or a bigger yard like this guy. And like, and again, it's not like how I feel at the end of the day, but I do feel that initial is kind of this like, so what? I bet you think you're better than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know why, but it is something I've noticed, and like I have to remind myself it's okay to like root for other people, like,
and know. It's okay to share shitty things, and how you're feeling. Again, going back to like you're not alone, like it's all right, because I think we're just so wrapped up in seeing the beauty in everybody's life. Nothing wrong with that, but like, you know, some mentor in Greece is like, oh, I'm on my yacht, or like something like that, whatever. Like you see that all over, and it's like, man, it sucks. I had a flat tire today. Or like I had a nail in my tire.
My life
like,
sucks.
Like
compared to this guy.
Just like something like, I don't know. It's like I shared. I had to back out of the marathon. Use that as an example.
Yeah.
And I posted that video. I recorded it right after I left the doctor's office because I felt like I was punched in the gut. And I was like, you know, I'm going to record it. I don't know if I was going to share it, but I was like, I'm going to record this right now because I've been documenting a lot of this process training for the marathon. And I posted it, and like a lot of people were like, thanks for sharing that. And like, again, those moments where it's like, you know, it's all right to like share stuff that's going on in your life, and it doesn't need to be pretty.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we're all human. We're all trying our best, and that's all that we can be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think so much because so many people on social media have these like cherry-picked, curated perception like tools. That's like my feed is like my highlight reel. Like I chose all of these highlights of my life to kind of, some people just have a cool life and there's just not really any method behind it, and they're just living their life. Other people are like, I want to be perceived as I rented this yacht on Greece. I'm not going to tell you I rented it because I want you to perceive that I'm like doing good because I'm trying to do X. I'm trying to sell a course. I'm trying to do whatever.
That brought me to I saw a video of somebody and it was like this conference, and she was like, I have all these ideas. I just like I'm just too afraid to post. And it's he had her like stick her middle fingers out, and he's like, stick out your middle fingers and then spin around this room and just show everybody. He's like, doesn't matter. Like, you need to post because you're you. And that's all that matters. And that's all that's going to win.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, you can't look at everybody and try to be somebody. I've been in that situation too, in my mindset, and it's never gotten me anywhere.
Yep.
And it's like your authentic self is what you should be putting out there. And if people resonate with it, great. If they don't, great. You have people around you that love you and care for you.
Yeah.
Like that's $1 million right there.
Yeah.
Like, and I think we just get so wrapped up in like seeing all those things. And at the end of the day, it's you and your personality and the love and the stuff that you're trying to share out in the world that really matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're 100% right. And I think sharing, like not having an element of not cherry-picked highlights in your website, your feed, your character online, whatever it is, does bring a level of like authenticity, I think. And like, I remember where I was going to say is like posting what at the moment could be a low light, like in like without a doubt, like, oh shit, I can't run this marathon anymore. This kind of sucks. Like this is certainly not a highlight.
Yeah.
But like being able to share that like shows like some vulnerability and but at the same time, like kind of confidence too. Like, well, this is like my authentic message. Like there's got to be other people who have a similar, like this might help them.
Yep.
So like,
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
When you get one of those, it's like, I did something great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I think from a marketing perspective, I think it's in a way as a person for some people, it might be harder to kind of like get over the idea of like being vulnerable and not looking my best on camera today and talking about something I'm vulnerable about or that sucks. But it is easier to make a connection with an audience member by being like, look, man, I'm putting my cards on the table. This sucks.
Yeah, right.
I'm not trying to impress you with like what could be perceived as like this orchestrated, look at my nice car, look at my beautiful house on this beautiful sunny day and everything's so perfect, versus like, hey man, I'm having a fucking shitty day.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, people, what they want on social media is connection. Because like what you were saying earlier, like since COVID at least, like there's such a lack of connection like there once was. And like people are searching for that all over the place and they're finding it less and less online. So now they're turning to things like Good Human events and like things like that. But still on social media, like they're looking for connection. And if it's hard to connect with the guy who seems like he's rubbing it in your face that he's got a Porsche 911 and is in Miami this weekend versus the guy who's like, hey, I'm kind of having a shitty day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So like from a marketing perspective, it's like, hey, smart move there.
Yeah. You're not, yeah. You're spot on with that. Big time. And that's like who you want to resonate with, who you want to connect with, and just have a conversation with. Like, who would you want to get a cup of coffee with and just chat about whatever, you know?
Well, and I think it's like when people are looking for like contractors, freelancers, agencies to work with, like I think sometimes it's a lot like sports where like if you are the best top 3 receivers in the league, the teams might tolerate your kind of shitty attitude or like maybe the drama that you bring along with it. If your output is that much better than everyone else, people will have a little bit of tolerance on, okay, hey, he's a little annoying or he's a little abrasive, but man, he's really, really good. Like, but like if you're not the absolute best of like in the world at what you do, then it comes down to like, can we meet with this person every Thursday to talk about our plan? Does he get along with our team? Do I like this person? Do I like believe that what he's saying? Do I believe in his skill?
Yep.
But will I want to work with this person?
Big time.
And so it's not always the most talented person that gets the job. You know, sometimes like me, like every client I have, like we have a good relationship. It's not because I'm the best marketer in the world.
Right.
Like we speak the same language and like I'm able to help them understand things. So like, I know I'm not the best in the world. So like, I kind of have to be, hey, let's be friends. I'm going to be friendly. I'm going to get to know your business. You're going to like working with me. And that's what you're going to get out of this. I'm a 7 out of 10 ad guy, but like I get you and I have a great relationship. So that's why it sticks, you know? And I think whether it's photography or music or anything, like if you are not the elite of the elite, you better be easy to work with. You better show up on time. You better like do the things that you can control.
But sometimes that's what makes the bigger impact is like just being great and being a pleasant person to work with and connect with. Like I'd probably take that any day over the most top rated person. Right. That reminded me of, I listened to an interview John Bellion did recently, and he was talking about just opportunities that he's gotten. He's like, you can be at bat and games on the line, World Series, you're hitting the grand slam. But, you know, I was the guy who, you know, who was striking out, but I was swinging. And then there are guys who strike out and just stand there. He's like, I'm swinging. I'm getting the most shit for it, but I'm at least swinging at that pitch. I'm not hitting it, but I'm swinging, and I keep doing it. And I think like I always keep that analogy in the back of my head because I'm like, it's so spot on. He's like, I don't need to hit every ball that I'm seeing. at least I'm trying, at least I'm swinging, at least I'm getting out there and making these connections. And, you know, if people see that, then it's like, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that you care for what you do, and I know that you're going to care for what I'm trying to need help with.
You know what? That's actually really interesting, because I've heard that from I've heard that the underlying message there of like, hey, look, I see you're out there, you're trying, you're putting yourself out there, you're trying to better yourself or your business. So I think you'll do the same for me. And it's incredible to me. I've been doing this new Instagram account and this podcast kind of as a fun little side hustle. I only have 300 followers on the page, and I've done 4 episodes. And the amount of people that have said something along the lines of, hey, I see what you're doing. This is great. Like, you're investing in your business. Hey, can we talk about this? And I'm like, it's because if now what I've noticed is like, now when I tell a client or just anybody who's talking about marketing, when I say you need to invest in some content and you should have this or that, like I can point to this, I'm doing it. I don't have 1 million followers and I'm not the best at it, but I'm putting these pieces together, and you need to put these pieces together too.
It's huge.
It's huge. And like that, like underlying message of like feedback has been surprising, because I kind of expected, like you need to build it for quite a while to kind of say, look, it has 30,000 followers, and like, yeah, look, the proof is in the pudding. Sometimes it's not in the results, it's in the input.
Right.
That's what I missed, that part of like how others are evaluating who they might want to work with. Mm-hmm. So yes, I'm sure there's some level of, hey, if I had 10 times more engagement or people, it might be more impressive, but they're more impressed that I'm doing it and investing in myself, in my business. Yep. Hey, maybe you can invest in my business too.
Yep.
And it's just really surprising.
Proud of you, because one thing you did is you started it. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't start. Like they want to do it, they have the idea, and they know that they can help, but they don't do it. Yeah. So you did it.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
And I'm taking it one step at a time. I think
that's all you can do.
A lot of folks that I've talked to about starting a business or something, they're like, I got to have it all figured out. You go too
deep into it.
Like, no, you don't, man.
Yep.
Just take it one step at a time.
That's right.
And I think momentum or movement is, I'd much rather be 10 steps ahead and off course by 2 steps than sitting here at the starting line determining the exact coordinates of where I need to go. Okay, great. But I just align. I'm 2 steps off, but I'm 8 steps ahead of you.
Right.
And you're still, it doesn't need to be perfect. It can be sloppy.
Yep.
I did the 2 or 3 episodes without knowing what the title of the podcast was going to be. Like, you don't have to have it all figured out. You can piece it together.
Yeah.
And then the beauty of like social media now, like there's so much of it. And if you have a humongous following and you make a stupid video, people might say, what was that all about? But if you're starting something new, you have no audience. You have no. Yep. If you post something and it doesn't work, or you made a mistake in a caption or delete it.
Yep.
No, it doesn't matter. Yep. It does not matter at all. Yep. Like, just keep moving along. You're gonna make mistakes. No, it does not need to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. Yep. Accept it, and just start and do something, and adjust later when you know more information or know more about. Hey, I thought I wanted to go this way. Turns out I want to go this way, but I'm still ahead of where I was.
That's right. And as long as you're committed to yourself and you believe in yourself, and that's all you need to keep moving.
Yeah. And I think at this point now, because I started with music and some of the other stuff we've talked about, like I've learned to not judge like what I'm doing on the result, because right now I'm posting reels that get 500 views and like I'm sure my last podcast had 3 downloads. Like, but that's not what it's about.
Dude, you had 3 downloads though.
Right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, there we go. Me, Laura, and Andy.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
No, but because that's not what it's about.
That's right.
Like, like that. Sure, I would love to grow my YouTube channel and all that stuff, but if I get one good clip out of this where another photographer is like, hey, I need help marketing my photography stuff, and you made some good points, can we talk about it?
Yeah.
It's not about the number of downloads.
Right.
And I think...
and also going back to what we were talking about, too, is, you could be doing this now, and then a year later, somebody's going to come at you and be like, hey, I saw this, would love to chat more about it. You have no idea.
Yep.
And if that comes knocking, then that's a win.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I think, okay, so we've got a 10 minutes maybe left before they kick us out of here. And I would love to see, like, if you putting on your photography / social media, growing a following, like, what are some of the tips that you might give a business or anybody who's trying to do something like similar to what you've been doing?
Man, I don't know.
Seems like it's more of like, don't look at the results, find what you love to do and build a process you enjoy.
Yeah, I have gotten in the weeds of all of it. You can ask Nicole. I got so wrapped up in the negative stuff about things not working, not being recognized, not reaching the amount of people I thought I could reach. And it honestly, it all comes down to the mindset that I have now of like you're doing things that you enjoy. Like I've been doing a lot of like random videos and reels and stuff. And it's like, it just brings me a lot of joy to create things.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking I'm not looking for anything out of it. I want to be filming more. And I've done that. Especially having kids, I want to document more. And, I'm trying to just do more of that, and I'm just doing more of that for just me.
Yeah.
And I post it, and it's whatever, like at that point. And I think the mindset for me was the biggest thing to figure out, to not get too invested into what others think about your work, because most of the people are not being your cheerleader and not rooting for your success. And imposter syndrome is so big. I feel it. Everybody feels it, and not letting that get to you as an artist, to you as a person, is huge. And it takes a lot of work. I mean, I still feel it.
Yeah.
It hits me at random points. And I think just knowing your value, your worth, and just enjoying the process and enjoying what you do will take you to opportunities that you never even thought were possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, because I think there's a lot of people chasing things because, I mean, especially in music, especially in hip hop music, like, ooh, this could be a quick way to make a buck.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, this is trendy. Like, oh, a lot of people like are buying cameras, and like wedding photography is so much money. Like, this is a good way to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, I just love playing guitar.
Right.
I just love photography, and one day being able to make a business or a side hustle out of it.
Yeah.
So like, it sounds like you've also learned how to refill your own cup a little bit of like, hey, look, I was doing it 100% for others.
Yeah. I lost that love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've got to find something
Yeah.
where I can fill up my cup, and then like make this sustainable, not from a dollars and cents, but from a, geez, what am I even doing today perspective. And like, that's key. Because it can't just all be give.
Yeah.
Nothing, get nothing back.
Yep.
You know, got to find a way to fill up your own cup.
Yep. And then again, you're surrounded by so many others that are getting that, and they're doing exactly what you're doing, but they're getting that, all that stuff that you want. And it's hard to have that mindset to just stay locked into what you're doing and who you are, as a human being. So yeah, it's huge.
That is huge. I guess that sounds like a pretty good spot to end it.
Dude, I'm proud of you, man. This is super fun.
Thanks. Thanks for coming by.
Dude, I am so excited to see where this is going to take off for you. This is great.
We'll see. Next week I'll have 6 downloads.
Hey, man, any download is huge, man. That's awesome.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And that's right now, I guess I'm truly what I'm trying to do in a way is like impact. I'm trying to help people who want to start a business learn something. And if one day they want to become a client, fantastic. But like, I think for me, part of being able to like, I'll jump back into that. Like, I know what I'm getting myself into. It's because I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to you and trying to meet more people.
Conversations.
Yeah. And just
so valuable.
Yeah. And I think selfishly, you know, I learn a lot about myself and how to better my business and things. So
It's
great.
a win, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, dude.